We are turning now to the latest on the coronavirus emergency. Over the last 3 weeks, the U.S. has seen a 22% drop in the number of patients currently hospitalized. That's the good news. But the number of daily deaths is still rising in 25 states, Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico. That's as Texas Christian University reports that 69 students and one staff member have tested positive for COVID-19. ABC's Trevor Ault is outside NYU this morning. And Trevor, schools are opening, but the real struggle has been to stay open.
Well, you're absolutely right, Whit. Good morning. Here at NYU, a huge percentage of students are in quarantine because they traveled in from restricted states. At TCU, with that outbreak you mentioned, officials say the majority of those students and the staff member who tested positive were on campus a day or two before their positive test, and that means they were likely contagious around their fellow students. There are outbreaks happening in many areas across the country, but in some locations, people are behaving in a way where they're almost ignoring the pandemic entirely. This morning, startling new images out of Alabama. The pandemic not keeping crowds of hundreds from high school football games, with some sections packed together. One principal says they're discussing changes for future games.
If there's an outbreak, there won't be high school football. I'm worried about my boys and my cheerleaders, my bands having a full season.
Let us play! Let us play!
In Illinois, parents of Big Ten athletes protesting outside conference headquarters, voicing anger with the decision to postpone fall sports. At the University of Virginia, Cavaliers head coach Bronco Mendenhall says he's worried about all students returning to campus.
We've been staying in the same dorm as a football team. The students are coming, and some of our classes will be in person. And so by that very design, the bubble is broken.
And as the fall semester resumes, the head of the CDC says it will take cooperation from entire communities to keep kids safe in school. President Trump still pushing for reopening everywhere.
We have to open our schools. Hopefully we're going to be playing football. Now they're talking about the football stuff in colleges, etc.
Mississippi is facing some of the potential consequences of in-person learning. More than 200 students have tested positive and thousands more are in quarantine. One elementary school closed a week into classes because of an outbreak.
Many of the cases that we're seeing are in parties outside of the school setting, are in sleepovers outside of the school setting.
The same could be said for crowded colleges. These Thursday night parties at Ohio State University drawing concern. School officials say they've opened dozens of conduct cases, telling ABC students who host or attend a party or any gathering with more than 10 people will face an interim suspension. And at Notre Dame, with the university logging 336 cases, the student newspaper publishing an op-ed headlined, "Don't Make Us Write Obituaries."
It's up to all of us to work together so we don't end up hurt.
And at the University of North Carolina's Chapel Hill campus, classes are canceled Monday and Tuesday so that students can move home just 2 weeks after the first day of classes. They had multiple outbreaks at the university. They've now switched entirely to virtual learning. Eva.
All right, Trevor, out for us. Thank you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.